Welcome to our webinar, Control Every Step of the Employee Onboarding Journey with SAP SuccessFactors. My name is Oksana Civilko, and today with me is my colleague Anna. We're both from ACBaltica company. And Anna, how are you?
Yeah, thank you, Oksana. I'm good.
Thank you. And today, Anna is the main technical speaker from our Skype. We will start our webinar with a brief introduction of ACBaltica. Then we will give you an overview of SAP SuccessFactors Onboarding module. Anna will describe onboarding, crossboarding, and offboarding processes, then she will show you the lead demo. After the demo, we will highlight the solution benefits. And in the end, we will have the Q&A sessions. So if you have any questions during the webinar, you can write them either in the chat or in the Q&A session. So let's start. Now, a few words about ACBaltica company, so you can get an idea of who we are and what we do. We are an ACBaltica company, an SAP Platinum Partner in Lithuania, and a member of United Wars organization. We have almost 20 years of experience in the market and have a team of more than 150 SAP specialists. We have successfully delivered more than 150 projects in more than 10 countries globally. The headquarters of ACBaltica are located in Vilnius, Lithuania, and also we have the office in Warsaw, Poland. And last year, we opened the office in the United States. So you can see that we deliver projects in Europe, Middle East, and United States. And these slides show our expertise across the SAP landscape. We support the full customer journey from customer experience solutions like sales, service, and marketing cloud to core ERP process in SAP S/4HANA, including finance, logistics, and supply chain. We have strong expertise in SAP SuccessFactors, covering the entire employee lifecycle, and we also work with planning and analytics solutions, helping companies manage data, reporting, and planning with tools like SAP Analytics Cloud and Business Data Cloud. And finally, we provide development and integration services, including ABAP, Fiori, and Integration Suite, helping our customers connect systems and adapt solutions to specific business needs. And now I would like to give the floor to Anna, and she will proceed with the onboarding module overview. Anna, please.
Thank you, Oksana. My speech will be divided into two parts, and the first will be about general info, key points, and main processes in onboarding module, and the second part will be a live demo in the SuccessFactors system. Let's start. Despite the name, the onboarding module covers three processes, which you can see on the slide: onboarding, crossboarding, and offboarding. And in the next slide, we will see them in detail. The first process is onboarding. It helps new hires join the company smoothly and be ready for the day one. Here you can see the onboarding flow in SuccessFactors. We start with initiating onboarding and checking new hire data. Then we collect all necessary information before the start date, like personal data, additional data. At the same time, the system assigns tasks for onboarding and onboarding team. This can include write welcome message, create checklist, assign the body, and equipment setup. So you can see the possible tasks on the screen. These tasks can vary depending on the country, location, or department. So we can support different processes according to your business needs. Next, we handle compliance forms, such as legal and tax documents. Luckily, SuccessFactors already includes compliance forms for some countries out of the box. And if you are interested in what specific forms are available in the system, you can additionally contact us to clarify everything. When all docs are in place and we make sure that everything completed and signed, and finally that data can move to the Employee Central module in the SuccessFactors or to the external HRIS system. And finally, the onboardee becomes a real employee. Overall, the process is simple, structured, and easy to manage. The next process is crossboarding. This is when an existing employee moves to a new role within the company. This process is very similar to onboarding, except that you don't need to enter, create a new person in the system, and the employee already exists there. That difference makes the process even simpler. So we can have fewer steps, less data to collect, but of course you can add something specific if you have something in your business logic. And when data is collected, you still need to review employee data, update some required information. And while you do that, the system assigns tasks to support the transition. The tasks can be standard or customized depending on your business need. So the same task as previous process. Overall, crossboarding helps ensure a smooth and structured internal move. And the last process is offboarding, when managed employees exit from the company. The process is even simpler than previous two and has fewer steps. It includes manager and employee data review, document handling, and offboarding tasks. These tasks can include farewell message, announcement or termination to coworkers, create knowledge transfer plan, manage equipment, and of course you can also add custom tasks if needed. Like the other processes, offboarding can be fully customized to fit your business needs. On this slide, we look at the overall integration flow of onboarding module, like general diagram. Onboarding can start from different sources, from external recruiting system and from the recruiting module of SuccessFactors. And also we can launch it manually. During the process, onboarding can connect with other modules in the SuccessFactors, like goal management and learning to support tasks and development activities. And the data is transferred to the Employee Central or to external HRIS system. But of course, each customer may have a slightly different setup, but the process is most straightforward when everything runs within the SuccessFactors ecosystem. Okay, now it's time for the demo. You can see the demo agenda on the slide. We will look at different processes, including onboarding, crossboarding, and offboarding. Also, we will explore how AI is presented in the system. And important point, we will see the process from different roles: recruiter, manager, and onboarding, the subject of this process. Okay, let me now share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see it.
Yeah, you can see.
Great. Let's start with onboarding process, and we will start it manually. And I'm acting as a recruiter now. So to do that, I just go to transaction and new hire to onboarding. And from this page, we can easily start the onboarding, just entering some basic information like name, last name. So I will add Helen Brown. And her email, it's important because she will receive all notification, at least first notification of this email. Let's select the hire date. Okay, let's select something in May. We select the company here. Important field, hiring manager. Here we select Tessa Walker. She will be a hiring manager for this process. Okay, some technical fields. And now I'm clicking Initiate Onboarding to start the process. And now system show us the successful pop-up. Okay, and now let's proxy on Tessa Worker and see how Tessa can manage onboard this. Okay, and actually how we can manage and control this process, which tool we can use. And the general tool for onboarding, this is onboarding dashboard. Just open onboarding module from the main menu and we will see the onboarding dashboard in which we can see all data for available onboardings. We can see some filters, search fields. We can see names of the onboarding, their hiring manager, status of the current tasks. And now if we just scroll down, we can see Helen Brown. Okay, we can see Tessa Working is your hiring manager and some tasks on schedule. This is review new hire data. Okay, let's open the onboarding details. And here we can see the current statuses, current tasks, so everything about this onboarding. And the header, again, the information about hiring manager, start date, and then we can see the tasks assigned to Helen. And the only one task is available for now, and this is review new hire data. We can see the deadlines, the responsible person, and according to the diagram which we saw previously, this step is first and only after completion of it, we can proceed with next one. So we can see the start button. Let's click on it and see what we should do next, how we can proceed. And on the next screen, we will see the list of predefined fields which we should enter. So this is the usual hire wizard, which we use also in the Employee Central module. And here we should enter all information about employee, especially about job. So we will enter something here. So you can see that personal info, job information, compensation information sections are also here. And we should enter all of them to complete this step. Let's go back, not to lose time right now, and see someone who already have completed this step. Let me go back to onboarding dashboard. Let's scroll down and open Leon Kostner. Okay, let's open his details and we can see review new hire data step is completed. The next step, provide personal data, now active, and we can see that Leon Kostner onboarding is assigned to it. Great. And what is mostly interesting for us now, this is onboarding tasks. We can see that there is a predefined list of tasks, and now we will check some of them to see their behavior, their details. And let's start with write welcome message. Easy to understand that we have predefined text about for this task. We can, of course, adjust it. We can use it as is. And also we can insert some tokens, which will input here some dynamic information like first name, last name, job title, and so on. Okay, next task, assign new body. Here we can see, again, provided list of employees. We can use the search. And here we can select who will be the body for the onboarding. So we can even write a note for the new hire. We can add personal note to the Mark Taylor, who will be a body, and then submit the task to send everything to send everyone onboarding and body about this completion. Okay, next, recommend links to new hire. This is also interesting. We here can attach all links which is useful for the onboarding about any instruction policies, some interesting sites, company sites. So we can add here any link which we want to add. And we also can see the predefined links here. And okay, if we select everything and just submit, these tasks will be considered as completed. And we will see it as completed task. Okay, what else I want to show you? Okay, this is checklist. Also important thing. Here you can add any small tasks, any small things, what you want to do. We again have some predefined items. We can add here some items from our side and check everything here as completed. And only after we complete everything, this task will be considered as completed. Okay, everything saved. What else? The next interesting type of task, this is request equipment. Here you can see that we have two requests. Request laptop, request phone. So we can set up multiple tasks with such logic because you can have multiple types of equipment to support everything. So let's open request laptop. We can see that there is a drop down where we can select the laptop type. So we can set up such list for each equipment and add as many options as you need. So we can select here the desktop, select maybe not needed option if we don't need to provide this type of equipment, add the description and submit the task. Okay, it is saved. What else? Okay, that's it regarding the general logic. And again, I want to remind that we can also create custom tasks to support all business requirements from the customer side. Okay, now I want to show you AI tools presented in the onboarding. Let me quickly switch to the video. I hope it's okay. So now we are located in the checklist. And AI tool is presented as AI enhancement writing tool, which can help users improve the text which we enter in any text field in the system. So we add item to the checklist. We just need to enter some text, which will be a base for AI tool. So, for example, request equipment. Then we just need to select this text, and then we see the button use AI capabilities. And using this button, we can see all options which is available for us. So let's see, change tone, make shorter, longer, make quality at least, analyze, tag, translate. So we can use any of these options to improve our text. So let's select make longer. And now system analyzes the text and provide us improved version. We can easily check it and then agree or reject. And then just easily save this checklist item and work with it as with usual item. Okay, and now it's time to show you the process from the onboarding role. What is available for him, how he can manage and operate with the system, and what in general available for him. So this is the homepage for the onboarding. We can see less information because he's not a real employee. And now we just click onboarding from the main menu. And here we can easily navigate between all tasks and activities, like provide personal data is active now. This task is active. And here we again see the same fields as in the review new hire data tab. And here we should enter all mostly information about personnel, like biographical information, national ID information, dependents, emergency contacts, or usually employee add additional info about himself. Next steps provide additional data is currently logged because it will be activated only after completion provide personal data. Complete your signature step is also logged currently, and now we can see the tasks. This is the welcome message which we have seen previously, so Onboarding can see it here and read. The next, this is the view onboarding meetings. This is the task when we launch the meetings, and Onboarding can see all information here, like place, time, and so on. Next, this is the people who you need to know. It is your body, the people which you have recommended. You can see their emails, and you can easily contact and email them. And browse recommended links. Here you can see the links which we have recommended and easily navigate, open them, and read all necessary information which is recommended to you as onboardee. Okay. Let's go back. And after we finished everything here, after we finish all steps in data collection section, the onboarding process is considered as finished, and this onboarding is fully ready to become an employee. Okay, let me go back to the onboarding dashboard, and now we will talk about crossboarding process. And as I mentioned, these two processes are really similar, and they are located in the same onboarding dashboard. So they here in this place we can see both onboardees and crossboardees. And let me now show you how we can differentiate them. So here, this is me, Anna, and if I open my own details, I can see the hire type, internal hire. So this means that I'm internal hire and I'm already existing employee, and here I can identify such things. Okay, let's go now to the home page and see what is available for me on the home page as a participant of onboarding processes. And this is review data tab and administrative tasks. So here, from these cards, if I open it here, so I can see everything according to onboardees assigned to me. I can see the task like write firewall message, request equipment, schedule onboarding meetings, and so on. I can easily click on this card and I will be moved to this task. I also can switch between onboarding and offboarding to make this navigation even easier. And this can really make everything faster, and user can overview everything in one place regarding the assigned task, especially their deadlines. Okay, and now the final process, offboarding. It has its own tool. Let's go to offboarding from the main menu. And now we will see the offboarding dashboard. It's also similar to onboarding. Here we have the offboardees, their termination date, manager status, tasks, and so on. So we can see that for someone everything is completed. For someone we have some overviews, and we can see that for someone we have my own tasks which I should execute. So let's open this employee. Let's click view all tasks, and again we can see here the list of steps, activities, tasks which should be done. And employee data review is completed. Project plan transfer is also executed. Knowledge transfer plan is also executed. but some tasks are still active and we can start. Let's see. Write farewell message. This is similar to welcome message, but we can select message delivery date when this email will be sent. Okay, what else? We have announced termination to coworkers. Also interesting. We have the same as previous, but we can select the recipients whom we want to inform about. This can be colleagues or teammates from different departments or someone specific. Okay. Schedule offboarding meetings. This is interesting because we can here set up all meetings and they will be available for all participants, as I showed you. So if we click on the plus, we can predefine the meeting subjects, but also we can create our own. But if we use the meeting subject, exit interview, we select, we enter the data about location. Okay, time is predefined, agenda, participants, let's select worker. Okay, and now we have created the meeting. Okay, let's submit it. And then this will be visible for all participants. And also interesting and important task, this is equipment return. So here we can see the list of equipment which our employee currently has. And we can see the return status. So we can just click for something, return. Something is not returned. Okay. And just save. And after the returning everything, this task will be considered as completed. And as you can see that, okay, the schedule of boarding meetings is also considered as complete. And the logic is the same. After we complete everything, the employee will be considered as a successfully completed the offboarding program and will be ready for termination. Okay, that's it regarding the offboarding, onboarding, and crossboarding process. I have showed you everything and all logic, and I give the floor to Oksana.
Thank you, Anna, for such interesting and detailed overview and live demo. And now we can see that onboarding process can be easy, smooth, well-structured, and even pleasant for all parties.
Thank you.
So let me please get back to our presentation. And now I would like to overview the key benefits of SAP SuccessFactors Onboarding. First, it offers seamless integration with Employee Central, so all data flows smoothly without manual re-entry. Second, you get one unified process flow. This means that everything is managed in one consistent and structured process. Also, you have end-to-end task management covering onboarding, crossboarding, and offboarding in one place. With full control and real-time visibility, HR teams can easily track progress and stay on top of every step. Also, employees benefit from one single process using the same credentials across the system. And finally, new hire documentation is fully streamlined, making prompt signatures and compliance much easier. This means less manual work, better visibility, and a smooth experience for everyone. That was the main part of our webinar. Thank you much for your attention. And I can see that we have questions in our chat, and I think it's a high time to move on to the Q&A session. And let's check your questions. We have the first question from Theo. And Anna, could you please answer? Is it possible to use one module without having SuccessFactors Employee Central in use? And do you know if there is a standard API to SAP HCM?
Yeah, that's possible to use onboarding module without in-place central. We can use, for example, it with recruiting module in pair, and usually this is more convenient and efficient. And also we can have integration with SAP HCM. Yeah.
Nice, thank you. Also, we have a question from Alexis. Hello. Can we change the order of steps in onboarding process?
Yeah, we can change the order. We can exclude some steps. As we can customize the task, we can also customize the whole process, remove steps, and change the order. Yes, that's possible.
Okay, and one more question from Teal. Thank you, Teal, for your questions. Do we have the option to send out some documentations to the new hire employees via onboarding module stacks?
Yeah, of course, we can send the documentation to control some steps, control some processes. So yeah, that's possible, but it depends on which directly documentation you want to send. But in general, yeah, that's possible.
Okay, nice. And the next question is from Lena. Hi, is it send notification to new employee?
Yeah, of course. Immediately after completion, the first step, review new hire data, where we enter email and we confirm it. On board, you receive the welcome email with login details and can access the system and start the task and see all details. So, and of course, after this, all participants can receive different notification about different tasks, different steps, different cases. So this module has really a great framework about email notifications.
Okay, thank you. And I think the last question is from Charlotte. How can we control assigning specific user for specific tasks?
Regarding assigning user, this is interesting question, like about security. We have in the system responsible groups, and when we create it, we can add in this group employees, group of employees, some roles like manager, matrix manager, recruiter. And then we assign this responsible group to the task, so we can we have clear connection between task and responsible person using this responsible group.
Okay, thank you.
I think, okay, no more questions right now in the chat. In the Q&A session, I think nothing. Maybe we can wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have one more question from Teal.
Okay, how long did it take to implement onboarding module? Good question, and I can answer you that it depends on your organization, on the employees amount, current SuccessFactors ecosystem. So to clarify this, you can contact us, because the answer of this for this question depends on many factors. So if you're really interested, you can contact us, or maybe we can contact and answer this question to you.
Yeah, Anna, you're absolutely right. If you still have any questions, please reach out to us after this webinar, and we will be happy to answer it. And for now, it seems that Anna have answered to all requests. And by the way, on the screen, you can see the QR code that leads to our previous webinars about the other SuccessFactors modules. And if you're interested, feel free to scan and watch a recording. We would also happy to set up a personal meeting to discuss your requirements. I think till we can schedule a meeting if you have any more questions, and we'll be happy to discuss. Yeah. And because you're really active at this webinar.
Yeah, and because the webinar is a really general thing, and we show the standard general process with some specific points, but of course each customer can have their own specific needs and processes. And this is really interesting to know these processes and, of course, discuss them in detail.
Yeah, Anna, you're absolutely right. And please get in touch via our contact details provided if you would like to know more about onboarding module. So thank you one more time for joining us today. I hope you found our webinar useful and interesting, and you gained more valuable insights from it. Thank you for joining. Have a nice day. Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, thank you everyone, yeah, for joining. And if you still have questions, you can contact us easily and we can answer you. So yeah, have a good day for everyone. I think no more questions in the chat. Yeah. Okay, thank you everyone. Yeah, I think.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Oh.